Holistic versus conventional medicine. That's what we're going to talk about today. Conventional medicine is doctors who are trained in isolated body parts. You want to go to a knee doctor if you have a knee issue. I'm in the holistic part. I look at the whole person. I look at your lifestyle. And remember, we need both medical and holistic. But I'll look at your lifestyle. I'll look at what's happened to your body. I'm going to listen to you and find out where you are and where you want to go, right? So if you're wanting to practice prevention so you don't get those health issues down the line, I'll teach you that. And if you're wanting to learn how to turn a health issue around, I'll give you my greatest wisdom that I've had over the last 30 years. I'm Georgie Holbrook. I'm a holistic health educator teaching people like yourself how to maintain their body better, how to understand this spirit within and how it works for you, and not having you work against it, right? Makes common sense, doesn't it? Sign up below for doing private sessions. I would love to mentor you personally. Anywhere in the world we can do Zoom and do these sessions. All right, because the money you spend on yourself can prevent whatever's coming down and suffering. We need to do away with suffering to the greatest extent that we can do. So let me tell you about my spiritual teacher's husband, Joseph. This is just an illustration of how good it can get. So Joseph had a callus on the bottom of his right foot for some 23 years. And he would go to the medical doctors and they would take some kind of acid and try to burn it off. And then he would sand it off. But this went on for 23 years and he felt like he had a rock under his foot when that would start getting calloused of some kind, okay? So one day he's telling me this story and I'm like, so Joseph, can I look at it? And when I looked at it, it had a red ring around it. It was black in the middle and it looked pretty dangerous. And I said, can I come back tomorrow with a natural remedy? It won't hurt you, and let's just try it and see what happens. So I mixed up a clay. So there's a natural healing clay that works on any kind of thing to just draw out even any kind of infection. You just don't want an open sore, that's all, if you're working with clay. So I mixed up my clay. I brought it the next day with a large bandage, and so we put the clay on the bandage. I wrapped it around his foot, and so it started doing its work. And that's what it's intended to do. So there's home remedies for just a lot of things that can really help us prevent in the beginning. All right, so what happened in 4 days? It started peeling. In 10 days, folks, it was gone. Now, we can say that was coincidence, right? Or we can say, wow, right? So it just drew that, whatever that infection was, out of there, and he was so happy. And my spiritual teacher, of course, she was so proud of me because she loved me so much, right? She's since passed away. So now I'm going to give you another illustration. Remember that the spirit within us is so far beyond our knowledge, even beyond science, that we are capable of doing things. All we have to do is step into that presence. So my girlfriend, she's in the hospital, and I want to revert back to Joseph. So I asked him after his foot was healing, when was it that you were diagnosed with Parkinson's? And he told me, and I said, so where did Parkinson's first show up in your body? And he said it was in my right shoulder. And I said, oh, so the callus was on his right foot, right? So if you look at the diagram of the nervous system, if you have a plug in the bottom of your right foot, it's going to go right up, perhaps to the shoulder would be my guess, because we're a whole person, right? So we're looking at cause and effect over and over again. And I was like, wow, I wonder if we could have corrected that foot faster if he would have even had that issue in his shoulder to begin with, right? So let's go back to my girlfriend. She's in the hospital. She just came out of surgery. She's small like I am, and she's in such great pain that they're giving her morphine, but the morphine isn't working because her blood pressure is just going off the chart, and she's asking for more pain medication, and they say, we can't give it to you, right? So she had just come out of surgery. 2 nurses are working with her, and they step out. And she's like, Georgie, I just need more pain medication. I can't stand this, right? And I take her hand, and in prayer and intention, remember, we're capable of far more than we realize we're about. And I took her hand like this here, and instantly, her blood pressure went down. But all these machines over here that were monitoring her, the bells were just going off. And out there on the desk, these two nurses come flying back into the room going, what did you just do? What just happened? What are you feeling? You know, they thought it was an emergency. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend and I were just kind of chuckling. It was like, yeah, this is how it works. So I've seen this over and over again. I even do remote healing with some people. So again, I'm Georgie Holbrook. If you want some private work with me, sign up below and I will get to you and we will have fun just finding out where you want to be and how you want to also experience some of the things that I can teach you. So let's go on. So from there, what do we want to look at? So from those that know my story, I had rosacea, an extreme case of rosacea on my face. Now, I had been to 50 doctors and far more holistic practitioners and doctors for 6 years, and my face was progressively getting worse, and I wasn't finding answers. And then I found one doctor who said, you're looking in the wrong place. So sometimes we're looking at the effect, and the cause is over here. So when I got done with that one doctor, all we need is one person like Georgie Holbrook that can turn your life around, right? So that one doctor told me about my immune system, shared with me how to heal in 1 hour of information. And in the next year, my face healed. So let's go back to basics. The effect was on my face. The cause was internal. So many of our health issues, many of our allergies and whatever, minor to major health issues, have an effect that's showing up, and every day you're medicating it or working with it or getting disgusted and confused as to what does this body need, right? But we go back to the cause, and you can heal almost anything at the cause level. And I work on the emotional side. So any type of stress, high trauma that you've been through, your body's keeping score, and it's going to show up in a health issue trying to be a call for help. And we're not listening to the call for help. We're medicating it over here, so we're not listening to the body. And again, I'm not knocking medical doctors, but I would love to teach you personally. So where do I go in the holistic field? So normally I don't get sick because I practice what I teach, but I go to Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic has been around for 5,000 years. You can study it on the web of what it is. It's a whole system. That's what we want to do. We want to look at the whole system. Now, acupuncture works with all those nerve endings in that picture I just showed you. And we have naturopathic practitioners. So we have a whole group of modalities. We have chiropractic that's been around for probably centuries, right? And then we have massage therapy. So I trained and I actually taught in 3 massage schools. Also craniosacral therapy. That was my love because that's what helped me. So craniosacral is working with 22 bones that are in your head, connected to your spine. But when you put enough stress and trauma and work addiction like I had on it, this whole system is going to be clamped together on some plane where your whole skeletal is just tense and tight 24 hours a day. And when that opened up, it's like a hydraulic. And then the energy, the spirit within you can actually function. So we want to take a look at all the different modalities out there and venture out, right? You want to take a look at. So my favorite one to offer you today is colonics. And stay open, stay curious, right? So colonics is a gentle way, it's been around maybe for centuries also, is a way to take plain water and flush your colon out so that now your colon can breathe. So your large intestine is actually 6 feet long. Your small intestine is 23 feet long. So as we eat food, it goes through the gut. It's possible to get stuck somewhere along the line, right? And it's just a good prevention to have a healthy colon. So as soon as the colon is out of balance, you're going to have mucus in your throat, sinuses, allergies, and here's where you're going to be looking, right? This is going to be the effect. But when you have a healthy colon, a lot of that goes away. So that's one of my favorite things that I can teach you is how to work with this colon and keep it healthy. Even if you don't go get a colonic, I can teach you how to really see what it's doing, because here's my statistics. If you have arthritis, normally what you ate today will show up 3 to 4 days from now. If you have rosacea and skin issues, 3 to 4 days from now. School teachers and nurses, what they ate today will show up 5 to 6 days from now. Now that's just old putrid debris that's been caught in your system. So I'm going to show you what a healthy colon looks like. This is just a diagram of a healthy colon. So this is the large intestine. But what happens when people have to have surgery? 6 inches cut out, 9 inches cut out. It's painful, folks. That could have been prevented. So this is what it looks like when it just gets stuck in there and can't move through, and it's very painful. It's very painful. So I'm a holistic educator. I want to teach you about everything that I know about the human body, about the emotional side, the physical side, the spiritual side, how to come back, stay calm, trust this body because it's wise. It's so wise. So I love the wisdom within us and watching it explore, right? Where we felt before that we were limited and we kind of denied that we even had a body. At least that was my story in the corporate world. I operated from my neck up and I was very brilliant, but from the neck down, I didn't know how to maintain this body. And of course it had to break down to get my attention and actually put me in the field that I love teaching you. So sign up for private sessions. I'm here, and you can teach this. Once you learn, you're going to live by example, and you might teach it to one person, but if you have grandchildren and children, you're going to want to ripple it out, because this is about life. This is about a lifetime. Any money that you spend is going to be a lifetime that is going to benefit you. So again, Georgie Holbrook, from my heart to yours, sign up and let's explore how I can help you and whatever situation you're in. It doesn't matter. I've covered a lot of territory over the last 30 years. So blessings, love you, and feel the energy coming off. And I have a silk heart back there. You see it? I dye on silk. I dyed this here top on me, and this is one of my hobbies. So I love the feeling and the energy and the beauty of silk. And I'm sure that you have hobbies also that you love doing, and we just need to do more of that. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.